Welcome to Sonic Mania! You guys ready for this? You guys ready for the biggest lore drop of the channel? Sonic Mania was a game that I was looking extremely forward to. I had not been this excited about a new Sonic game, I want to say, since Sonic Heroes? Nah, Generations. Probably Generations. And it's hard to tell with how we're doing the Sonic-A-Thon, but, like, there was a good chunk of time between... there were 6 years between, Generations and Mania. But all of it culminated into probably the most wonderful thing ever, because Sonic Mania released on my birthday. So, probably one of the best birthday presents I've ever gotten. Well, sort of. The PC version didn't release until 2 weeks later. But, yeah. Pretty damn sick. Yep, you got it. I know for a lot of new people that's not a big thing, but I hadn't said my birthday on stream until right now, in the 5 years I've been doing it. Make it! Let's go! Fun fact, if you're not a huge fan of the Mania special stages, if you're playing on PC and you press the super button, you automatically increase your mock state. It's a little debug thing that's a leftover in the game. You don't need the mod loader for it or anything. It works on base Sonic Mania. And if you just want to have the easiest special stages in the entire series, you can just abuse that. Thanks for leaving that little cheese in. And obviously we're getting the emeralds as well. Yep, same day, month, and year as my birthday. I am currently... what would I be? 13? I'm currently 13. I'm flattered you think so. No, that is just so wrong. Yes, I'm currently 9. I was like, 7 and 6 is 13, so yeah, 13, no. It's not that old yet. No, this game's, 9 years old. I won't be using the cheese for the rest of the special stages. True. I can't be on Twitch. I think there's only the 2 rings in Green Hill 1, right? Because there's the 2 in Green... Also, is Tails not with me? I guess Tails isn't with me. We're doing a solo Sonic adventure. I didn't mean to do that. Now I'm kind of sad. I don't have my buddy. Oh well. Maybe it was meant to be. What's up, Gotta Be Frank? How's it going, brother? Oh yeah, welcome to the Sonic-A-Thon. This is me playing a bunch of Sonic games in my favorite way. We're on Sonic Mania, and the mods I have installed are fucking nothing. Because Sonic Mania does not need mods. For streaming, I do have disabled the super music and enable background enable play in backgrounds, but other than that, there's nothing. Oh shit. Special rings back here. I haven't gotten the emeralds in Mania in a really long time. I normally just play from a 100% save. It's not as satisfying for me to get the emeralds in Mania as it is in 3 and K, but I figure why not. That's back here. Let me go up this way. Do. Nothing. I think the game's good volume. I could raise it 1 in my ears, I think. Well, I was debating not getting the emeralds but I decided let's go ahead and get the emeralds so that we have the egg reverie. The egg what? Rev? Rev mention? Too bad Rev doesn't like 2D Sonic. They were not easy for me when this game came out. I needed to farm the fuck out of Green Hill Zone to get all the emeralds on the first go around. That's how it goes, like, every time the special rings are a thing. I always end up having to farm the first ring in the stage. Rev is a chud for that, damn. I think I can spare an increase of 1 here. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Get that music blasting. Yeah, I showcased that in the first special stage. Superstar special stages are whack. Where's the zoom out camera mod? Oh, he's too big. I can't see where I'm going. I wonder if there's a mod for decomp that zooms out the camera. Beats when there's a 2D section in Sonic Unleashed. Beats when there's a 2D section in a classic game. I will try to use the zoom out camera mod for Superstars. I just don't know if it'll work, because when Superstars first launched, I had a lot of trouble getting the Beep-in X, or whatever it's called, to hook to my game. So I don't know if, since uninstalling and reinstalling it, if that broke it again or something, but... Just plug in a second controller? Wait, does plugging in a second controller just put it out there? Gravity Rush? Is Gravity Circuit still free, or is that not free anymore? But yeah, if it isn't obvious, I really like Sonic Mania. It's a good game. Drop Dash is cool. Game is cool. Pretty. Great soundtrack. It was a good time to be around when Sonic Mania released. It was like one of the few games where, like, I literally ate up all the pre-release footage of it. I watched the Chemical Plant demo so many times. Being blind sucks. That's fair. Best way to play Sonic Mania is to just play Sonic Mania? True, dude. You got it. I mean, it's alright. I just can't see. You're blinded by nostalgia, which is hilarious to say about Mania. The nostalgia game. I didn't play Sonic Forces until, like, 2022, so... It was also wild when the Death Egg robot was revealed to be the first boss, and then you find out that its legs don't do damage, and then it becomes really easy. I don't think max control is necessary for this game at all. And I'll be honest, it's as nitpicky as, like, the Knuckles glide thing, where, like, you can cancel the glide landing animation with the spin dash. I don't like using max control Sonic because you have to press the button again to do a drop dash. Like, I don't mind it, but if I'm playing Mania, I'm not using max control. And I don't care about the peel out, so. Just the double D is good enough for me. Yeah, the Insta Shield in Mania is actually a downgrade from 3 and K. I believe it has a smaller hitbox. I don't know what the actual scale is on it, but it has a smaller hitbox and it's out for half the time. And I believe the 3 and K Insta Shield's out for like 8 frames, so 4 frames, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was something they didn't have ideas, so they didn't want to continue working for it. I don't know. Maybe it was a contract thing, and maybe they had a bad experience. I got no clue. Did I play Sonic Boom for the Sonic-A-Thon? If we get... How many subs do we have right now? 127? Whatever that is, to 500, and I'll play Sonic Boom. Well, actually, I did play Sonic Boom for the Sonic-A-Thon, the ROM hack. Who's this Sega Sammy person? I'm unaware of whatever you're talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna watch all 20 hours of Sonic Boom for the Sonic-A-Thon. Do, 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 do. Oh, it's a nickname for investors? Okay. Thanks. I've played this game a couple times. This was the only game that could run on my laptop freshman year. So, of all the games I owned on Steam. So this is what I played. Oh yeah, that thing turned into a jet engine if I opened Google Drive. Bow, 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 bow. Easy peasy. 13 minutes in. World record? World record Emerald Hunt? I am a LARPer because I didn't watch Sonic Boom for the Sonic-A-Thon, it's true. Wow, rude. I can become legally distinct Supersonic? Wait, what? What's it legally distinct from? Is this not Supersonic? Your words confuse me. Oops. The hack, the song, or the show? Or the game? I wouldn't even necessarily say the drop dash is needed. I definitely like it, but not entirely necessary. What's up, Esther? How's it going? Where's Sonic? Where'd he go? He gone. Good to hear. It's pretty late for you. House Peak? Oh my god. Do we agree on something? This is Sonic on the screen. Is it because he's not blue enough? I would just go back to the Unleashed model. I think it's the best Sonic's looked. Hard to play without the drop dash? I get you. Hey, look, I never know around here. I know several people that are fans of 06 and not Sonic 3. Like, you know, it's really a grab bag. You get disliking 3 more than Mania? Dropped from a 10 out of 10 to a 7. Damn. That's unfortunate. Why can't I play mods on Mania, like live? Mania doesn't need mods. And I'm gonna be playing a Mania mod after this playthrough. So I'm not sure what you're asking. The Sonic-A-Thon is me playing a bunch of Sonic games in my favorite way. And if I'm playing Sonic Mania, I'm gonna play it like this. Did you, I have a question. Did you marathon Sonic 3 all the way through? Nah, you didn't? Oh, because that's what I recommend is not marathoning it. Because I think the, like, Sandopolis onward can get pretty lengthy. Well, that's a shame. It's actually illegal for me to use mods for Sonic games. I've sworn off them. You should do that? Well, if you're not enjoying the game, then, like, I wouldn't bother. Unless your 7 out of 10 means, like, actually 7 out of 10 and not, this is a miserable piece of dog shit or whatever. Or the biggest piece of dog shit. Hey, well, I don't know that. I don't know what your 7 out of 10 is. That's why I just asked. Because everything's inflated. It's just like on a tier list. If it's below B tier, it's irredeemable garbage. I might lose this. I need RNG to help me out here. Yikers! This is not good. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Okay. Just failable more. Yay! Every time I play Mania, we go through this. I'm looking at chat while I'm doing that. I'm not gonna play Truth or Dare with YouTube chat. That's a very dangerous game. What would even be the punishment? You give away the stream key? Oh, I could do that just fine. I'll just change it. Well, it wasn't that long since Generations. Like, before I did the Sonic-A-Thon, this is kind of how I felt about the Sonic series. Like, I'd play a stinker and then, you know, go back to the good stuff. Not the case. Hate Sonic 2. Damn. Because I have a hard time knowing, because usually when I hear complaints about Sonic 2, it's about Metropolis onward. Being really mean to the player with the level design. I don't think Sonic 2 is particularly mean at all. Other than the pit. The pit is like the actual mean thing. It only occurs once, though. Sonic 2 special stages on Genesis are crazy. I don't know how kids did it back then. This boss can actually be difficult if you don't have super. Mania! That's what I'm saying, bro. That's how I used to get super when I was a kid in Sonic 1, 2, and 3. Well, not Sonic 1, I guess, but Sonic 2 and 3. With debug mode. Jensen Mania back to back. Yeah, we deleted the other game in between. Sonic 1 is definitely a we're figuring it out kind of game. Which is fair, because it's the first game in the series, and not the 30-something. Oh, there's a special ring there. I never knew that. Hashtag classic Sonic level design. I don't actually know if I've ever taken this path before. That was kind of cool. Bum bum. Bum ba dum bum bum. We are cooking. Thoughts on Superstars? Well, we're going to be playing it for the Sonic-A-Thon, so stay tuned for that. Alright, see you later, Esther. I guess the Insta Shield actually isn't an extra button press. I just think it is because it's like, oh, I do the Insta Shield and then I gotta do the drop dash. But no, it's actually the same press. So never mind about that from earlier. If someone's already commented about it, you look like a fool for not watching the video first before commenting. That's Generations, though. Generations is mostly a 2D game. I like 3 and K as a holistic experience better than Mania. But, like, when it just comes down to brass tacks gameplay, I can play either. Thoughts on a CD remake? Why does it need a remake? Different level design, I guess. Because that's the only real rough part about it. I think there's a world where you could definitely consider, like, the mobile ports to just be remakes of the games. Very faithful ones. I guess they are, like, very literally remakes, because Retro Engine is literally remaking the Genesis control and functionality. So yeah, they kind of already have them. I don't think that's necessarily the case. Like, a big issue I have with a lot of CD stages, like, there are other things, but one of them is, like, all of the, here's where you can have a time travel point, or here's a time travel trap. Like, a lot of CD stages are vertical, so I think if they just, like, spread them out more, so that there are, like, more opportunities to time travel, like Quartz Quadrant, I think that'd be much better. Because, like, my big issue is just, like, Sonic is not equipped for the level design of that game, and I think it's a lot more fun as Tails. Oh, I forgot bottom route is fast here. Oh, well. That looks like a Tails path, and I am not him. I forgot him at home. I didn't mean to. I miss you, Tails. You already said that, brother. You don't need to repeat yourself. Where do I go? I haven't been here in eternity. Okay, yeah, glad we got that sorted. Just because I don't respond doesn't mean you gotta type the message a million times. Yeah, the time stones are great for getting the best ending, especially for time attackers, since you just get 50 rings and get to the end of the stage. Almost like they put it in there for that kind of play or something. I don't know about that. Even when playing fast, I find the level design still frustrating in most of the game. Who cares if it isn't official? It exists at all. I guess. Do I have a favorite 2D game? Man, Super Metroid is pretty damn up there. I guess FTL is also technically 2D, it's sprite-based. Yeah, that boss is... Studiopolis, the Stardust Speedway boss, the Studiopolis boss, and this boss benefit greatly from Super Sonic. Yeah, Press Garden is super cool. And utilizes the launch-based things in a much more sensible way than launch-based does. I don't really even understand what these things are supposed to be in launch-base. Cables, I guess? I don't know. Just delete your history, and then you can. I don't know, I love me some Stardust 1 and some Lava Reef 2, I gotta say. Sonic my favorite franchise? No. I don't really have a favorite franchise, I just have games I like. Sonic's just the one I'm most familiar with, especially now, because, you know. The exact same taste as you? Because contrary to popular belief, I am a human being. You're in my walls? I've been wondering why it's been smelling around here. You're decomposing. You need some food? I got some. I don't know, I just, I don't really take much stake in that. I know it's like such a common question because it's an easy conversation starter of like, top 5 X. But like, nah, I just kind of like the video games that I like. Just like how I kind of like the movies that I like or the activities that I like. I don't really think much about ranking them against each other. Well, it's also true at the age I'm at, I just have different priorities, that, like, this stuff doesn't matter anymore. If you asked me when I was 15, I'd maybe give you a different answer. But I don't know. I wasn't a streamer when I was 15. Well, I guess I kind of was, but... Your kids are already streaming? Well, I hope they're at least 13. Or else they're gonna get banned. Yellow guy! Let's go! I took a hit somewhere. I'm only 9,000 cool instead of 10,000 cool. God, I love this song so much. That was wrong, but this works still. Whoa, whoa, calm down. Calm down there, CD. You're showing your influence again. The path swappers are nowhere to be seen in the Mania rendition of this, though. Guess they knew it was an obtuse mechanic. Other than, of course, all the Giga Chads that knew. I've known since the womb. That's what I was just talking about. Like, actually, the last words that came out of my mouth. "2017 really was the golden year for gaming. Like, especially platformers. Like, we got Sonic Mania, Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild. What else came out in 2017? We've talked about this before, but I always forget. Hollow Knight. I'm gonna say goodbye to you because you're just kind of spamming garbage. So, see ya. Let's not talk about it again? Well, you can't say anything. And can you pay for some of the internet bills since you're mooching in on it in my walls? You cannot pay if you're hungry? Well, do you want some food? We got some. Crash Insane Trilogy was 2017? Yo. Oh, is Horizon a good game? Future. I love the tail speedrun for Stardust Speedway Act 2 because since the time doesn't actually start until you pass the gate, you actually fly all the way up to speed shoes and then go. I love it when speedrunners find little tricks like that. It's so funny. From Fiji by Sam? I think I can do that because I don't even know what that is. I feel like I'm walking into like a D's nuts joke with this, so I'm not gonna say it again. I don't really think the release fight was anything special. It is annoying that the bottomless pit is right there, though. What did I think of Forces when I first played it? I don't remember. Yeah, the annoying part with the revised fight is that you can just, like, ram into a wall. I think that part was shortened as well. Also, these guys now have these little shots, so they're all useful, and it's not just a waste of time. Oops. Oh, well. I think I have to roll into him. Yeah. There was a chase sequence repeat, okay. This is not good. Whoa! I have not seen that before. It scared me. What are you doing? Am I gonna die? I had no idea if that guy was gonna kill me. I got very scared. Yeah, Release Mania was also missing transition cutscenes as well. Mania Plus added one for Press Garden, Hydro City. And I think there was one more? Like Oil Ocean to Metallic Madness? Maybe. What up, Jurassic? Oh yeah, I love Sonic Mania. Oh yeah, true. Oil Ocean to Lava Reef as well. Glad they were able to finish them. Do. Meet, Mert, meet, Mert. Color commentary by yours truly. Can I eat myself over this? I think the fan fuck. Oh, there are the fans over there. Okay. Hydrogen bomb. Sonic Unleashed or 3 and K? It really is, yeah. Yeah, we don't really know the location of Press Garden, though, right? Because, like, Studiopolis is on whatever island Sonic 2 takes place on, since there's the thing from Chemical Plant. I suppose it alters reality, though, so that's not actually true. Like, it could just be fucking with it. Unleashed does have a great story, yeah. Do I know any mods that add the hub worlds and story mode to PO6? I think there's one that adds the cutscenes, but there aren't any for hub worlds. I don't know why you'd want to make PO6 worse, but, you know, your choice, I guess. Bummer, dude. No. I wish there was more content in PO6. Chaos just gave us slop, though. I don't really consider Sonic having his edge gone. He doesn't really have edge in Unleashed either. True. He just takes the situation seriously. And isn't an asshole about it. Like, colors in Unleashed are like... The concept themselves are very similarly, tonally evil for Eggman to do. I mean, he enslaves 5 planets. So, like... It's just that the events are not taken seriously at all in Colors versus Unleashed. Like, there is an Unleashed-styled story within Colors' setting. It's just not the one we got. Damn. I thought I was gonna hit him first. I don't remember if you have 8 hits here. Oh, yeah. I creamed my pants when I saw that boss for the first time. Nice. You're welcome. This guy, that's what you're upset by? I saw you during the Lost World playthrough. Don't act like you're any better. Oh, he's pleading ignorance. Do 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 do. I wasn't calling you out. That's not how that message reads. This guy will jump you for anything. Not anything, everything. Oh, is that a common thing about me, that I'll jump you for anything? It's love, don't worry. Wait, really? I don't know if I believe you, Verge, but that's kind of awesome. But people are actually just terrified. I figured I was still the chill PO6 guy, but that's cool that the narrative has changed. Whoa! I like that, like, Sonic, like, I don't really care for the story in Frontiers, but I like that the characters are taking the situation seriously again. No, I meant the amount of hits that you can take in the Eggmobile. Like, Shadow Gens is good. I think it's a mistake to try to connect everything. But whatever. Well, because I'd love to sit here and say that, like, they captured the coolness of the adventure era. Of, like... Because they couldn't do those kinds of cutscenes with the technology they had back in time. But I think, like, Sonic was neat in the adventure era because it was through the dialogue and his interaction with the characters, not because he necessarily did cool things. And the player did, and back then the player got to do a lot of the cool things instead of watching him do it. Like Sonic specifically going out of his way to take Knight's sword and slice him with it, I don't know. That doesn't really feel like right to me. It also doesn't help that I don't think Frontiers feels very Sonic in general. But that's just kind of the whole dealio with that game. Which we'll have plenty of time to talk about. Because it's probably going to be the longest game for the marathon. It's done again, but it works within the context of it being a Generations game and that... like, I don't think it would have made sense... for them to continue Shadow where he was in 06. Because now they have the chance, after Shadow Gens, they now have the chance to do that again. Because now we're kind of at the same time as post Shadow the Hedgehog, but hopefully, like, the next game that prominently features Shadow will get the 06 characterization, but in a much more competent way. Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of the reason the levels are reused here is because they didn't have enough ideas to make a full 2D Sonic game. So... Because I know Christian Whitehead gets all the credit, but I think it was Headcanon that actually made most of the levels here. Just the consequence, you know, being the director on the thing, you're usually the face associated with it. Yeah, Frontiers is a step forward. Yeah, the 30th game in the series. Or however many games it was. Yeah. I wanted to try with Supersonic. Well, it's kind of what happens in a long-running series is you have to regress the characters in order to give them room to grow again. Yeah. I always disliked that. I disliked it. Like, I agree that it's, like, a step in the right direction. What I don't agree with is it being used in defense of Frontiers. It's like, there's not really an excuse at that point. Yeah. I can see why people left after Gens, because when Gens was rushed, I would imagine that that's like the last straw. It just so happens that the rushed game did well. That's why shorter Sonic games are good, not only because the strength of the series is the replayability. The shorter the game, the more you'll want to, because like I think with shorter games, you don't get as fulfilled with one playthrough, so you want to go back and try it again. It's like it just works better for Sonic's style that it goes for. It was a retelling, but because it's a retelling doesn't mean it's bad, because the only other time that that story was told was in Shadow the Hedgehog, which is a mess. Because with how the game works, it just kind of sucks that you don't know what pieces Shadow actually went through to come to the conclusion at the end. I know the end is the only thing that matters, but it kind of sucks when you spend an entire game that has a focus on a story for most of the story to end up not mattering. Even though the dialogue is still sometimes kind of hokey, but it's a kid's series, and not it's a kid's series in the way that, like, oh, it's bad. It's just like, you know, for the sake of keeping everyone on the same page, you kind of have to have hokey lines like, I'm letting go of that destructive anger. Like, I didn't need that, brother, I know. Yeah, I get that, Dimitri. That's just, unfortunately, how it is with how long this series has been going on. Or else you get something like Kingdom Hearts, and even between games and Kingdom Hearts, characters regress. Yeah, I'm really hoping we're just not on another 3-game cycle. Like, I agree with Bick 100%. I think it was in his Crossworlds video of just, like, Frontiers 2. Like, let's stick to the thing. Let's improve upon the thing that we have. Just one more, please. The wild thing to consider would be, like, what would they do for the story of Adventure 3? Would it be a continuation of wherever the story is? Like Adventure, or like Kingdom Hearts? Or would it just be, like, after Adventure 2? Well, that would mean Sonic 06, I guess, but... that didn't introduce a new character? Yeah, if the time meter doesn't count, then gens. There's no meeting the expectations of what calling a game Sonic Adventure 3 would entail. Like, it would have to at least, like, equal the quality of, like, Resident Evil 4 Remake to Resident Evil 4, in addition to meeting the expectations of Sonic Dance. Let's see if I can get the glitch here. Aw, rip. Calling it Sonic 4 got him 1 million copies. Financial success. Well, Sonic 06 is Adventure 3. Like, it should have been called Adventure 3 and not Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, whatever. It will continue to be Sonic Adventure 3 until they decide to give the proper name, or that name proper to something, if they ever do. I don't think there's any interruption here. I think it's just good Sonic Mania music. It would please a lot of the people that grew up with it, though, let me tell you. Because that's what I see in Frontiers. Like, I see an attempt to emulate the vibe of an adventure story. It's just clumsy. Not that the adventure stories weren't clumsy, so I guess in that regard it succeeds. But the first two adventure games, they make me care when I play. I'll be interested, because this will be the second time I play Frontiers from new game to credits, so we'll see if I end up caring anymore. I don't want to get too on my high horse, though, because, you know, just a quick quick disclaimer that I'm a dumbass that wears Hawaiian shirts and plays Sonic games every day. It's much easier to critique than it is to create. I'm not saying I could write an amazing story. And if I were to write a story, it'd probably just emulate my favorite stories. I guess. I don't have a problem with how Ian writes at all. At least, like, in Shadow Gens. Like, it's just the references that didn't need to be there, and the attempt to try to connect the dots on everything is... Like, I know he's not the only guy, but I would imagine he writes some of the dialogue, and the dialogue in Shadow Gens is fine. Other than the Kingdom Hearts ass like, we named you Shadow because where there's shadow, there's light or something. Or you need light to cast it. God, I cackled at that. Which, like, that type of writing doesn't bother me in Kingdom Hearts because that's the cheesy shit that's been there since the first game. Oh. Music? Why? What are we talking about? No, I don't think you have to include any of that for a continuation of the adventure games. Like I said, 06 doesn't include that. Like, Omega is kind of the mech shooting, and Rouge is kind of treasure hunting. Well, that's what a lot of good sequels do, right? Is they trim back a lot of the elements that didn't work or kind of sucked in the first release or the previous release and then add them. Well, I think I mentioned this during the SA2 playthrough. Like, I don't mind the treasure hunting or the mech shooting if they're occasional breaks from the gameplay, because I think it's good to have, like, occasional breaks in a game from the main play so that you have a chance to miss playing it. And then, you know, when you finally return to playing the main gameplay of the game. The thing is that, like, the treasure hunting and mech shooting are treated as equivalent to the speed stages, or... You got 5/6 of Sonic Adventure. Which they don't have the same amount of stages as Sonic, but you spend a decent chunk of your time not playing as him. It's like the thing with Spider-Man PS4, where, like, the Miles and MJ segments aren't... They're not terrible in their own right. It's that, like, the frequency of them and the length of them is the annoying part. And, like, I'm pretty sure I haven't played Spider-Man 2, but Spider-Man 2, they strip them back a lot, and then Miles Morales doesn't have them at all. You already played SA2? Yeah, I played SA2 a long time ago. You can check a link in the description, Cube Craze, that has, like, the spreadsheet of everything I'm doing. That's why the treasure hunting works so well in PO6, because the levels are small, the radar's good. Like, I think Tropical Jungle Rouge is a good-sized treasure hunting stage. Maybe a little bigger than that. Yeah, this song is absolutely incredible. Although no fan fixes for Spider-Man 2. So usually things like that, if it's a broken PC port, have fixes, like Force Unleashed has that. I'd love to play that on stream one day. Maybe if I'm feeling particularly cheesy, I'll do a variety day where I play Force Unleashed. That would probably take a couple streams though, maybe like 3. Game, I think it's like 10 hours. There's also the issue of Shadow's story being crammed full of those things, though. Because, like, you don't actually get to do the Shadow gameplay in Kingdom Valley until Section 3. Because it's Hang Glider, then Rouge, then Hover Car. Which, like, if I were designing the stage, either the hang glider gone or the hover car gone. I actually recommend using better radar for SA2 than the All Emeralds trackable code, because I don't believe the All Emeralds trackable code re-add the additional 2 distance indicators. Because in Adventure 1, there's 5, and Adventure 2, there's 3. I've never used the All Emeralds trackable code, so I'm not entirely certain if it adds those back or not. I disabled the super music because I think it's nicer. Even though the super theme's good in this game. This is my low point for Mania. I don't like the stage's CD. I don't like it here. I need to... Oh, Pariah will probably never... Well, maybe not never. But I know Pariah loves this stage in this game. So, maybe I need to take some notes. Low point? I mean, the low point doesn't have to be in the middle. I said I mean, goddammit. I probably said it a lot this stream. I don't know. It's probably cool. Why wouldn't this stage be in Sonic Movie 4? Yeah, I think Stardust is fine. It's the low point of PO6 for me. Shadow. Silver, maybe at this point I'm kind of thinking Silver over Shadow. Because unless I start using, like, the glitches and shit, which I probably won't. Like, Silver kind of just has the skill ceiling because there's no variance in his movement. Which is why I'm excited for the spear gliding for him. Because I think it'll add back that additional mastery. If you have the gems, Shadow or Sonic has way more buttons than Shadow does. Shadow's campaign just feels disjointed because of what I mentioned earlier, with just like, he's got all the random shit stuffed into his campaign. He's got the treasure hunting, he's got the mech shooting, he's got the vehicles, you know, all that. Yeah, Chaos plans on making it to where if you After a teleport dash, if you're fast enough, you can press the Psycho Smash button to maintain your speed. Yeah, in one campaign. You did try to do Sonic Adventure and Sonic Story, Shadow the game, and Shadow Story. Wait, what? I'm not following. They. I thought you were saying you did with PO6, and I was like, what? But yeah, I get what you mean. The song's good. Shadow doesn't need it. Shadow has plenty of forward speed. Spear gliding with him would just be excessive. PO6 has like the perfect air drag too, so I don't think negating that would be good. For Silver, though, I think it's better because he doesn't have, like, a variable speed move. The teleport dash is the same speed every single time. The Glazer, I know, dude. Sounds like it's the best Sonic movement or something. Want a high five? Maybe. Flame Core of the Cavern, which is my favorite song in the franchise. It's the song that plays in Section 2 of Flame Core in all 3 stories. Yo, nice. Welcome back, Esther. Touch hands? We could touch hands if I touch the wall right now. It's not really the spike placement I mind. I don't know. The stage just feels so cluttered. Like, other than the crushing, I much prefer how Titanic Monarch does difficulty. Oh yeah, the song is so good. Sonic the Quarter. True. Whoop. Why are my hands so cold? They're not. They're actually sweating right now. Welcome back. All right, have a good night. Enjoy your slumber. Good night, whoever. Someone's going to bed, probably. I think this stage is cool. The only place where it slips is that there's, like, retro engine moments. Especially in the crush pathway of Act 2. Because I think my very first playthrough of Mania, I game overed there. Like, the up-down slider things are really annoying.
Nice.
Yo, Nailin, thanks for the 2 gifted, brother. Hey, keep some of your money for yourself, bro. I think you've gifted, like, over 110 or something subs to the Sonic-A-Thon alone. I appreciate the hell out of the support, but, like, treat yourself, brother. Make sure you're gifting responsibly. Nailin has been soloing over a lot of the sub goals, getting us over the humps. Yeah, it is vertical, but I still think it gives enough space horizontally to where it doesn't feel cramped. Like other vertical levels in Sonic can feel. Egg Rocket is really just a victim of the screen crunch. Yeah, if I was doing every 10 subs, Nailin's name would be all over this thing. I don't think Death Egg in Sonic 3 is the most amazing thing ever. Like, I would compare it to, like, I like it equally to Titanic Monarch. I mean, it uses some pretty appropriate considering the Death Egg gimmick there. Three and Knuckles just has the benefit of being like one of the few Sonic games that has a very well-realized setting. And that's what makes it like so impactful. Like, they just went through that little extra effort to make Angel Island feel connected in a way that South and West Side never did. And even with the transition cutscenes in this game, because all the zones aren't original, it's still hard to make it feel like one holistic adventure, you know? Unleashed kind of does that, but it still is the entire world, which diminishes it a bit. Probably like Final Egg. Bing! Wow, 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 bow, 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 bow. Probably Titanic Monarch Death Egg. Alright, let's do the Crusher route first. Let's fuck this. Yeah, it's these guys here. Like, you can very much get Retro Engine moment on that one. And a few in the future as well. You're correct. It was Adventure 1. Canon Score is also cool, if not for the fact that you got to just play as Rouge and Knuckles. Not that Knuckles' gameplay was, like, super fun, but I appreciate not having to collect treasure with him. I really would like to see an attempt at Knuckles having a stamina meter for his gliding and climbing like Breath of the Wild. Whew. I'm really trying to keep my rings for an easy final boss, but I'm a bit on the fritz since I lost the shield. Bum bum. Yeah, I'm excited to play Bonanza one day. Without air necklace, it's impossible? I don't think so. I think they give you more than enough. Air bubbles. Because when I was doing randos, like, I did it a bunch without air necklace. Definitely stressful, but comfortable. Enough. Love the content enormously. Hey, if that's genuine, Jack, I'm glad to be able to provide for you. It truly means a lot to take the time out of your day to come in and say something like that to me. It really means a lot, dude, so thank you. Why do I like 3 and K over Mania? Because I think 3 and K is an overall better experience. Like, I am, like, 99% gameplay when it comes to video games, but the experience of going through Angel Island and, like, treating it as, like, one adventure is just... Like, I just love it so much, and I love the ending of the game, and Doomsday Zone is amazing, and... Like, that's what tops it. Also, at the time, all the zones were completely original. Obviously, it's still inspired, like Carnival Night is knockoff Casino Night and stuff, but... Like, the only thing I dislike about 3 and K, and Mania also has it, is that it's the beginning of set pieces in Sonic levels. Because, especially recently, I took a look at the Sonic 2 level maps, and very rarely in Sonic 2 are there levels where there aren't at least 2 paths to go at all times from the beginning of the stage to the signpost. And Sonic 3 begins the trend of, we want to truncate your multiple pathways so that you can see a cool set piece, which is something that permeates in Sonic up until Generation, or, yeah, well, Shadow Gens, with, like, the in-level cutscenes and stuff. But, yeah. And I don't know. It's just fun. Fills me with good vibes. Alright, I think I got plenty of rings. It does, but there's just something special about Sonic 2, how, like, I can just go from the beginning to the end of the stage. That's why I found it interesting when Esther said, like, they remember Sonic 2's levels being particularly punishing, and I think the end game can be like that, like Metropolis onward. Oil Ocean also has that point in which you, like, like, there's a part where you have to go left, but it's not really obvious that you have to go left. And, like, obviously, because you go right in the rest of the game, you, like, loop yourself around a lot. Once beat 3 Knuckles 20 times in a month? Wow. Can I have some of that time? Sounds like you got a lot of it. Can you share it? But yeah, thanks so much. I do my best to try to internalize every compliment. Because I sure do get a lot of not compliments. I honestly thought I was gonna like the signpost skip mod for 3-air, but I don't know. Hitting the signpost is really part of the experience. Like, I don't do it on stream because, like, fundamentally, I do play games differently on stream because, you know, it's content. Want to make sure I'm moving at a decent pace from beginning to end, which is why Sonic games are so good for streaming. Is like a Mario game with Sonic level geometry? What Mario game? Because I don't really know what Mario game has layered pathing, like, or like multiple character routes. I'm probably gonna die here. Took a lot of hits on that. I think there's something, I don't know if it's true, that like rings only actively spawn when Eggman is out. God, when this song is arranged using like guitars and shit and not keyboard, it is really something. Thinking of the Husky by the Geek rendition in my warm-up playlist, naturally. This is still good, though. For me, nothing beats, guitar, bass, drum, and singer, if there are lyrics. I really wish the dash didn't use 10 rings. Like, it seems like such a steep cost for how useful it is. Bum, bum, yeah. Whoa! Beat it 24 times in a day? What? That's, I'd say that's not possible, mister. Because not even the speed run. Because I think the speed run, I don't know what the any percent of 3 and K is, actually. With glitches and stuff, it's probably under an hour, so I suppose it would be possible if you got the glitches every time. Because Marble Garden and Ice Cap just basically aren't stages because of the vertical wrapping. Let's go! That was Sonic Mania! I love this game, it's so good! Oh yeah, maybe they're not talking about Sonic games. So funny, story beats, that picture I sent you in DMs, I did all that work cutting out that frame, and I forgot to save it, so I have to do it all again. Now do the plus content. Nope, we're gonna be moving on. It's not up for the debate. The Unleashed intro is easily the best animation we've ever gotten in Sonic. Pull for Encore mode? No, thank you. Well, we're gonna get Encore mode of Mania in a way, but if you're watching post-live stream, you're gonna have to tune in for that next time. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one.